Welcome to the first episode of Crip Tips TV. My name's Debbie Patterson and I am your host. We've all had a long year. It's been rough on all of us. And there's still a long way to go. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's probably farther off than we think. Crip Tips TV is here to help cheer you on for this last leg of the marathon. We've all learned a lot about isolating at home over the past year, but there are people who have been isolating at home for a lot longer than that. Over the next 4 weeks, we're going to deliver one new episode of Crip Tips TV every week. And each episode will feature an interview with some fascinating Crip who will offer insights on how to live our best lives during this pandemic. We'll also share with you our favorite online Crip content creators to help shift your perspective a bit. And we will answer your questions. So send us your pandemic problems, your quarantine queries. We are here to help. Are you cooped up with annoying family members? We feel your pain. Have you run out of things to distract yourself with? We can help you focus. Are you feeling like a loser because your hair looks like crap and you've been wearing the same sweats for a year? We will remind you about how awesome and sexy you are. Whatever you're going through, we've been there. And on the flip side, maybe you've discovered some amazing life hack. Maybe you've figured out some new way of doing things or a new perspective. We want to hear from you too. Whether you've got brilliant new insights or you're just mired in frustration, send us your stuff. We're all in this together. We can help each other out. So, okay, I want to tell you a story about how I got a head start on the pandemic. A year ago, February 2020, I went to Toronto for a 5-day workshop. I was going to learn new things. I was going to meet new people. I was going to connect with colleagues from across the country. At the end of the first day of the workshop, I had a big evening planned. I was going to go to an exhibit at the art gallery, grab a quick bite, and then go see a play. But on my way to the exhibit, and it was an exhibit I had wanted to see for months, Yayoi Kusama's Infinity Mirrors room. I was on my way there. I stopped at the bathroom. As I was transferring back into my wheelchair, I fell hard onto a concrete floor, and it hurt a lot. But I was like, I've got a wheelchair. I'll just get back in my wheelchair. I can go to the exhibit. I can go for dinner. I can go to the show. I don't have to get out of my chair till I go to bed, and by then I'll be fine. But I couldn't get back in my chair. A friend was with me and we were trying to get me back in my chair, but it hurt so much. I thought I was going to pass out every time we tried to move me. And finally I was like, okay, we have to call an ambulance. This isn't going to work. So, okay, I didn't get to go to the Infinity Mirrors room. But, I thought it's 3 hours until the show. I'll get a cast. I'll get to the play. It'll be fine. Well, we got to emergency and it was a bit of a nightmare. I waited to be admitted until 11 at night. So yeah, after a certain point, I texted my friend and said, I'm not going to make it to the play. I'm sorry. I had to go for an x-ray. I didn't get into the x-ray till 1 a.m. So then I texted the workshop organizers and was like, I'm going to be late for the workshop tomorrow. So I came back from my x-ray and I was told that I had a broken hip that would require surgery. So, okay, I texted the workshop organizers again and was like, I'm not going to be there all day tomorrow and maybe the next day I have to have surgery. And I was getting frustrated. Like I had come all this way. I had big plans for things that I wanted to do with my time in Toronto. But MS has given me tools to deal with this, right? I've had to give up doing a lot of things I like doing. And I don't sit around crying about not being able to do the things I want to do. Instead, I do the stuff I can't do because there's lots of stuff I like doing. So I said, okay, all right, so just invest in what you're doing. You can still meet new people. You can still learn new things. You can still have adventures. This is all a new experience, so focus on that. So I did. But then I realized I wouldn't make any of the workshop. Then I realized I couldn't fly home on my scheduled flight. And then the doctor told me I had to go to a rehab hospital and I would be there for 4 to 6 weeks. That was the lowest point of my whole stay. Man, I was alone in my hospital bed crying. And then a little voice inside my head was like, really, Deb? Really? Is this how you're going to spend your day? Is this what you want to be doing with your time? And so I turned it around. I challenged myself. I was like, how fast can you go from disappointment to curiosity? And it wasn't like I was pretending it was all fine. I wasn't ignoring the fact that I was dealing with loss. Instead, I just moved through it a little faster. And I got to be an expert at it. Man, I had a great time at that rehab hospital. I met fascinating people and I learned tons of new things. I did have adventures just by engaging. And through my hospital window, I watched as Toronto shut down because of COVID. I left the hospital a week early because I was afraid flights would get grounded and I wouldn't be able to get home because of the pandemic. I went right from the rehab hospital into isolation. And it's been an amazing year. So this is our launching point. Let's go on an adventure together for the next 4 weeks. We have some great guests lined up. Join us for the next episode when you'll meet Fiona Smith. She's been isolating at home since a wasp sting in the early 2000s caused an allergic reaction that has not stopped. She's become allergic to everything, and she's basically been staying home, living a great life full of value, purpose, and meaning. Let's talk to Fiona and find out how she does it. And send us your questions. Send us your advice. Write to us at criptipstv@gmail.com. That's criptipstv@gmail.com. Crip Tips TV is produced by Sick and Twisted Theatre with support from Manitoba's Safe at Home program. Crip Tips TV, we're here to help.